Welcome everyone, Dylan Jamela here today with a highly intriguing topic for you. I'm really trying to focus a lot on diet lately, and I want to express to everybody the importance of your diet. I mean, not just for your gains. I mean, obviously when you're talking about, lifting and making gains and making progress, there's nothing more important than diet, but for your overall health as well, okay? So I really want to really get focusing on that a lot more. Now, today we're going to talk about the relationship between high-fat diets and testosterone levels. Now, when you're working hard in the gym, clearly you want to see results, and the only way you'll do this is by working hard on your diet as well. You have got to be consistent and disciplined in your diet. But there's a lot of information out there on nutrition and testosterone, and it's really difficult to know the best approach. So in this video, I'm going to break down the reasons why you need fat in your diet and why it's essential to high testosterone levels. So you're going to learn the importance of fat for testosterone production. You're going to learn about the science of fats and testosterone production. You're going to learn about cholesterol and testosterone and which type is best, as well as why being overweight can hinder your testosterone levels. So let's just do a little bit of Fat Science 101 here real quick. I'm not going to go too deep in the science here. But to really appreciate the importance of fats in your diet, you really need to understand how they work and what they do. Then we're going to take a look at how they control testosterone production. Now, there's many different types of fats, and dependent on the food source that you're getting it from, the mix is quite different. Now, if you already understand the types of fats, then you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, but it's always good to relearn and rehear these things. So, saturated fat, number one. This is found mostly in animal products, but also in some plant products, things like coconuts and avocados. It's solid at room temperature. Then we have monounsaturated, and this is a type of fat that's found in nuts, olives, and seeds like pumpkins and sesame. They're liquid at room temperature, so they're classed as unsaturated. Polyunsaturated, these are similar to monounsaturated. These are liquid at room temperature, and you'll find this type of fat in things like flax seeds, walnuts, fish, soybeans, and these are also unsaturated. Then we've got hydrogenated, often referred to as trans fat. All right, now with these, manufacturers take a relatively cheap unsaturated oil and pump hydrogen in it, under high pressure to make it solid. You'll find this type of fat in cakes, sweet products like biscuits and ready meals, but you'll also find some naturally occurring in ruminant animals such as lambs and goats. And then we have cholesterol. Now, the main two types of cholesterol are your LDL and your high HDL, which is your low-density lipoprotein and your high-density lipoprotein. And both of these lipoproteins help transport cholesterol into the blood. And you'll find cholesterol in all animal products, particularly like eggs, organ meat, and shellfish. Now, let's talk about testosterone and fat links. So, fats are needed for a few different reasons: energy, temperature regulation, and protection of internal organs. Fats are also important for hormone production and regulation. Now, as testosterone is the fundamental steroidal hormone, it makes sense then that it is synthesized via fats. Now, in particular, cholesterol, which is classed as a sterol, making it a precursor for steroid hormone production. Now, testosterone is derived from a sterin ring structure where cholesterol is converted into a hormone called pregnenolone. All right, then into either dihydroepiandrosterone, which is DHEA, or progesterone, then into either androstenedione or androstenediol, and finally into testosterone. So, the research that is out there suggests that diets that have less than 20% fat can inhibit testosterone production, particularly when compared to diets that are around 40% fats. There are a number of studies showing the importance of high-fat diets when boosting testosterone levels. So, for example, a study by Volek investigated the effects of different nutrient factors against their effects on pre-exercise testosterone levels and found that a diet high in saturated fats and monounsaturated fats had significantly higher testosterone levels. Now, interestingly, the study also reported that high levels of protein decreased testosterone and high polyunsaturated fat intake did the same. There was also a study by Wang that investigated the hypothesis that reducing dietary fat in middle-aged men would decrease male hormone metabolism, and they reported that when volunteers were given a low-fat diet, testosterone levels showed a downward trend, and they were fallen by about 12%. So these results were echoed in another study by Dorgan, and they looked at the effects of fat consumption on male hormones they took about 45 healthy males between the ages of, I believe, 19 and 56. And it was a really broad range, clearly. And the men were assigned into one of two groups. They both had the same total calories. The low-fat group had 18.8% energy from fat, and the high-fat group had about 40% energy from fat. They reported that in the high-fat diet group, testosterone levels were 13% higher, and importantly here, their estradiol levels, which is a form of estrogen that can decrease testosterone, was 12 to 28% lower. So it appears pretty conclusive that in order to increase testosterone levels, you need a decent amount of cholesterol in your diet. Now, research says to aim for HDLs where possible. LDLs are often plumped with the title of bad cholesterol as a higher level of circulating blood cholesterol and heart diseases, and HDL is referred to as the good cholesterol due to their ability to clear LDLs from the blood. Now, while the debate is best left for a completely other video, what is clear is that higher HDL levels are what you want to achieve if you want to boost your testosterone levels. Some studies have looked specifically at HDL cholesterol, reporting that testosterone is positively associated with HDL intake, suggesting that the dominant effect of testosterone may be to increase HDL intake, and this is particularly useful with type 2 diabetics. Now, you want to eat fat, but you don't want to get fat, all right? Now, according to the Atwater system, every gram of fats, regardless of type, will give you 9 calories, all right? That makes it the most energy-dense nutrient available, closely followed by alcohol at 7 calories. Now, body fat tissue is a moderator of your testosterone levels and also estrogen. So with high body fat allowing an enzyme called aromatase to irreversibly convert testosterone into estriol, or estradiol, which is a type of estrogen. This results in decreasing the male hormone and elevating estrogen levels. So, essentially, as you gain body fat, your testosterone decreases. So it's important not to overconsume fats in case your weights start to creep up. Now, a good trade-off here would be to reduce the calories you get from processed sugar-rich foods so that you have a bit more room to increase dietary fat in your diet. So, there are different types of dietary fats that can be split into either saturated or unsaturated, as I pointed out. Cholesterol is a sterol that helps form testosterone, which is a major component of fat-containing foods and has been shown to improve overall testosterone levels. Subsequently, all right, low-fat diets may negatively affect your testosterone levels, so make sure that you get plenty. All right, diets that provide less than 20% of total energy from fats have been found to decrease testosterone. Aim for foods that contain plenty of HDLs, things like olive oil, oily fish, as well as nuts or seeds. Just be aware that fat is quite calorie dense, so be careful not to let it put you in a calorie surplus that's going to put weight on you, because that's going to lower your testosterone levels as well. It's a fine line, and I really think that everybody needs to pay close attention to that and hear the words I'm saying and not mix the words, because you have to be smart about how you do this. So I really hope that I broke this down enough for everybody to fully understand and that you can get the most benefit out of this. So that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli, signing off.